All right. Hello and welcome back. I'm on my last two panels. These are going to be two easy panels. Let me show you what it looks like with the pencils off. It's very nice. Looks very clean. No BS. Add the pencils back. I would say these are not incredible panels. But there's some dense information being passed, and this is a slow down page, so I think it's okay to do it this way. So anyway. So what's happening here is Brillig is transformed back to his human self. We're learning some important information. One of the things is we've discovered the weakness of the beast. And we also, with the right weapon, we may have a second chance. And Brillig at last takes up the challenge. So this is kind of, it goes in hand with the hero's journey type of structure. Some people hate the hero's journey. They're like, oh, I hate the hero's journey crap. But I think it's a good structure. And in the hero's journey, the hero must first refuse the call. Right? And suffer for it. And if you remember Brillig, he got tied up and forced into the battle. So, and then he also suffered for it. So, and then he takes up the call. I'm going to be doing a course on story generation and some, I think, surefire methods. Boy, once you see it, you're going to go, oh, that is surefire. For generating and organizing a story. Now, this method does not write your story for you, but it makes it impossible to fail, in my opinion. You know, you can take an idea, even a lameish idea. I've been thinking about the idea I want to use, and it's like I don't even want to think about it too much because I want to surprise people at that I'm going to do it from scratch. It'll be on Saturday at around 3 over at our Discord, which is the Adventures in Comic Making Discord. Check out the link. If you come visit, you will be greeted upon arrival, but just say, hey, I heard about this from Purian Vol. I'm interested in taking the course. It's free. It's participative. It is going to take place in our Discord server and in the live chat room. So we're not the only ones who have done stuff like this. Like, for example, Ethan Becker's whole shtick. The whole thing is I think it's called Project City. But their Discord, that's all they do is they teach courses and they're awesome. So we're not going to be as good as theirs. It's 1 hour. In my opinion, I think it would be fun. It's going to be, like I said, 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday the 25th. Now, why is story important? You might be thinking, oh, I'm just an artist. I don't have to do stories. I just art. Story is more important than art. But the story is told through the art. So if you're an artist and you feel insulted by hearing that the story is more important than the art, listen to the rest of the sentence. The story is told through the art. There is no point in drawing super impressively, let's say full painted fucking panels, if you can't really tell a story or tell a comprehensible story that makes sense and goes somewhere. And this method is new to me, so hopefully it won't hold my earlier works in too cruelly, but I think it's getting good. And the other thing is, if you're an artist who doesn't write your own stuff, I think what you're going to find a lot, and that and certainly happened early on for me, was um, once you run out of stuff to draw, you either just draw whatever or you stop drawing. Just what are you going to draw? You can draw some visual references. You can draw some random crap you find in Pinterest. But wouldn't you rather be actually working on pages? Because that's the critical skill, working on pages. Doesn't matter what else you draw. Figure drawing, doesn't matter. Drawing, learning to draw cars, learning to draw horses' legs, all those things, doesn't matter. It's not about the art. Critical skill, storytelling for comics. And as long as you have something to draw, you'll get better and better and better because you're gonna, each time you do it, you level up. So, anyways, should think about checking out this thing that I'm gonna do. You might be surprised. All right, so I don't have his full face in there yet. Oh, the reason that hand shouldn't be there yet. I want him to do like a Robin, like you remember Robin would go smack his fist in his hand. That's right, Batman. He would do like a thing. I want him to do that. Always like that because you knew at heart Burt Ward was a tougher guy than Adam West. I also used to love how okay, there it is. On the old Batman show, if there was ever a riddle, the guy who always solved the riddle was always Robin. It was never Batman. World's greatest detective, my butt. He would always, it was Robin who solved all the riddles. Let's just face it. And then, later on in life, when I was watching, like, Teen Titans with the kids or whatever, the good series before Teen Titans Go, they made Robin really cool. They made him really tough. My kids loved Robin. Anyway. Oh, man, my foot is itchy. Okay. Now let's see how we do once we pull the pencil lines off. Okay. You can see that there's a lot of things that need to be fixed. For example, this bow tie. It's got to go in front of the jacket. These lines got to go behind the panel border. My line widths need to be more consistent in general. That's always the case with me. I can see now that well, that's the eraser. That's about the width I would assume it would be for my brush. I'm starting to work on a daily type strip that I'm doing just for fun. This is a 4-panel strip. I'm going to put it on my blog and maybe put it on Instagram. And my idea is to do like it's going to be called Wings of Adventure. It's it's really kind of an homage to the adventure strips that they used to have, like Terry and the Pirates, Steve Canyon, etc. I don't know if I like his thumb here. I wonder if I just extend his thumb, will that change things? Okay. Is that showing the action here? And also, it's kind of an homage to Johnny Quest. Um, and the sort of 1960s action shows Tintin, right? Tintin's sort of a Johnny Quest kind of character. He's an adventurer, you know. And it somewhat feeds back into, for me, the original document, right, is Wiz Comics #1 with Shazam. What's Shazam? Spy Smasher, Ibex the Invincible. What else is in there? I think there's like a I think there's like a cowboy comic that doesn't really matter too much, and even there's another adventure comic that's in there that's like a sailor of some kind. That was the original template for the 9-volt anthology. It was just going to be me and Evan, and we were going to do it like Wiz Comics #1, which I just found over at Comic Book Plus. It's in the public domain now. And I just thought it was a lot of fun. But I do think it needs to have an element of fantasy, an element. Okay, he's slapping his hand down to the fist. I'd almost like it to say smack. I wonder if I can get that sound effect in there. This is our ambitious frog. There's several frog footmen, as you remember from earlier in the comic, and they're inhabitants of the library. Maybe not so much the hedge maze. There we go. It was shadow. All right. The other thing is, oh, well, this is going to present some difficulties. What's going on there? I think I'm almost ready to replace the silicone tip in this um, stylus. Right. Ooh, does that work? I mean, it kind of works. I don't know. I might take it back out. Oh, so itchy. I'll take it out. I might use a like a bubble letter from a font, and that's another way to do it. I've seen Sideburns pull it off, and he uses like it's a very cool anime style where he'll just anime style. It's a manga style where he'll just use the sound effect word like right on top of the graphic, sometimes with a white outline, and it seems to work perfect. All right, same thing here, except I'm going to destroy some action lines. So let's draw around the action lines. That looks good. Yeah, let's get rid of the action lines too. I think this is a confidence thing. Like I'm not confident enough that I can pull it off. I can just move the action lines or do without them. Do them in white, like transform them to white as they go in. All the possibilities are open. Okay. I believe. Oh, I gotta do the other frog too. This frog, he has stripes that go horizontal, and then horizontal on the sleeves as well. And not only that, he's got some spots on him. So let's do this. Okay. All right, that wasn't too stressful. Now, a lot of this is going to get covered up by the speech balloon. So there we go. I got to do him as well. Oh, so itchy. I can't remember if his pants are white or black or stripes. Let's take a look. There he is right here. Nope, that's not him. That's a different one. Pants are white. Pants are white. Okay, let's see. This is page 25. Here he is. Let's go ahead and, well, easy enough, right? Just all right, all right. That didn't go as planned. Where's the hole? Could it be here? I think that might be it. Yep. All right. All we have left are the sleeves to do, except for right here. He's got his shoulder. But it's so tight it won't even matter. This part of his sleeve is actually bending forward, so we got to make the fairly gentle curves also bend forward. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let's do the bubble. We're at 20 minutes. We're making great time here. All right, where is the bubble? We're in the right area. It's always a good idea to use the panel borders as part of your bubble. For some reason, compositionally, it always works. And if you're curious, go look at some of your real comics. The good ones, not the modern stuff. They always use it. All right, now, will I break this? Let's see. I did. Where's the hole? I think it is right here. Or possibly here. Oh, it's right here. Let's try it now. Ah, that worked. Okay. Once you've got it filled, you can erase the part that's right up against the panel border. This is really about covering up other elements so that compositionally it all seems to hang together. That works. Okay, final panel. Back to ink, bring up the pencils. Black, Kasinki ink. I'm doing this old school shadow behind the nose still, which I've decided I like. I think it's a cool effect. The problem is if you go too heavy on that ball end, you can kind of ruin your guy. And if you flare the nose a little too much. I'm going away from the mouth I drew. I think this is a better mouth. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think this is a better face. He's got kind of these heavier eyebrows. And what Shel Presto called the heroic squint. I think the heroic squint is a good thing. All right. All right. Now, I gave him too much jawline. Let's just cut some of that off. I think his face looks okay. It's the same guy. Might be going off register at this point. But all right, signature move for Brillig is the hair slick back. It's a little bit of a, he's like a slightly more grown up Commandy, a debauched Commandy. I think I made his eye a little too big, but I kind of like it. There's the area under the chin. All right. What else is missing? With Brillig being a little bit more muscular, maybe Moonblock Customs will give me a shout out because I know he likes them. He likes to see the muscular 90 style heroes. It's like that's how they should be. Which I kind of agree. I kind of agree. I mean, I'm a little bit more leaning on the John Romita Sr. Hello, he likes John Romita Sr. too. Jack Kirby, John Romita Sr. style heroes. I don't know, you gotta um, heroic barbarian. I think strength is going to be a big deal. I've always imagined that like Brillig's real power. So he doesn't really have powers, although now he does. He has the power to transform into a dodo. Although he doesn't know he can do it at will yet. Is he has the power to take a beating? Like that's that's his power. Same thing with Rabbit Fighter. You know, when I was drawing Rabbit Fighter, that was the idea I had in mind. And then when I did the last one, which was the Bitter End, it wasn't Rabbit Fighter that takes the beating. It's actually Gallows, and Gallows gets shot. Like Gallows gets, you don't know if he's gonna make it. In fact, I ended it on a bit of a cliffhanger. I don't tell people whether he made it or not. I have to wait for the next time I do another comic with it. That guy. All right, let's put a little dot of light. There we go. It adds a lot. All right. Let's erase the little mess we made. And let's get into our bubbles. That didn't take very long at all, really, did it? John doesn't have to take a million years. You don't have to spend 4 years on a comic. All right. And once again, it comes down to it's not the drawing, it's the problem. It's the knowing what to draw. It's knowing where the story's going. Getting motivated for that. How do I get started? All that stuff. That's tough. Without a story, you don't know what to do with your characters. You know how to draw them. You know what their costumes look like. Got to be more to it, though. Well, wait. That shouldn't be there. It should be on the ink layer. Using this pen. All right. On this, we're going to leave it blank. We don't do anything with it. All right. We could continue hatching on this, adding more stuff. I want to show you a little bit of my my adventure strip. Tell you a little bit about it, and then we're going to wrap this video up. I have page 25 done, and I don't have page 26 even drawn yet, but they're going to go get a weapon. I have a couple of blanks here. Let's take my blanks and duplicate them. So that's page 26, 27, 28, 29. Looks like I'm going to at least 30, probably. Because I got to have them fight the Jub Jub one more time. All right, here's my... these are my adventure strips, and you can see that these are, I think they're 5 by 13. And it's called Wings of Adventure. And the idea is, it's a little bit like Johnny Quest and Terry and the Pirates and Indiana Jones. It's set in the 1930s. They have an airplane, and they're independent adventurers. They go out. This guy, Uncle Jack, and his nephew Charlie, they're going to investigate an island where they hear there's treasure. And as they're coming in, oops, let me take off my grid here. A pterodactyl swoops, so they find out that actually has dinosaurs on the island. And in the next strip, the plane gets forced down. Doesn't crash, but so you can escape. But they start investigating the dinosaurs, and that's where the adventure kind of kicks off. And I want to do, how many have I got here? 15, 24. I got 24 here. I'm going to try and do all 24 as just 4 panels, adventure strips. And there is a philosophy to adventure strips. You only get 4 panels. You've got to explain a lot. You've got to imply a story. You can't decompress. You must compress. You got to do the opposite. And you have to learn where to sneak in the exposition. So, for example, what was great about this was Dick Tracy and Al Cap. We'll start this out. Captain Jack Wing and his nephew Charlie have reached a mysterious island in the Indian Ocean. That's all you need to know. Because there's no idea where you're going to kick it off, but you see a bit of it. I think that the cartooning instincts of a lot of people have atrophied over the last 20 years. And you probably heard me talk about that, my Steve Sadowski rant. Steve Sadowski, that look came in 1998. That's over 24 years ago, and that's been the standard. People don't really read newspaper cartoons, and if they did, they probably like, Calvin and Hobbes or a gag cartoon. They don't understand adventure strips anymore, but that's where all comic books kind of got their start. And, when I'm talking Captain Easy, Buzz Sawyer, Terry and the Pirates, Little Orphan Annie, the list goes on and on. And that's why they're serialized. Superman, great, perfect example. There's a way to serialize these stories in such a way that they're satisfying, fun, bite-sized. You can keep it up. It's not an impossible task by any means. And I think it's almost like a thing that people have forgotten. So I want to try and do it. I'm not saying I'm great at it either. I'm just starting. I got two strips, but I do have it plotted out through 16. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, up through 16 or so. Now, best laid plans. I don't know if I'm going to do all 24 or whatever, like I had planned, because it is always tough. And also, my original plan for strip 2 was to have them crash in strip 2 and crash the plane. And then I got to thinking as I was drawing it, they shouldn't crash. They need to leave at some point. So let's not have them crash. Let's have them land safely. To have their adventure with the dinosaurs or whatever. So, I want to keep that thread going. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping to learn a lot myself. And in the end, I actually have done a newspaper. I did a 4-page tabloid newsprint, 11 by 14. I think it was 11 by 14. And I plan on doing another one, except this one's going to be 8 pages. And it'll be, like a newspaper, like a broadsheet. It's not stapled. It's, you open it up, you can fold it. I don't know if you remember Wednesday Comics. I'm going to do another one. It's going to have some more of my comics in it. Yeah, if you're interested, let me know. Talk to you later.